So what happens? How do we get thought? When we go to some place, we see something. Immediately we react. That's our habit. This can be also proved scientifically why we always react. Either we react towards it or we absorb it. So all the time our mind is working, and it is a wobbly mind. You are all the time bothered with it, and the modern times are the worst, though this is a special time, as I said, because this is the time when people think the most. And this thinking goes on acting in such a way that they suffer from all kinds of diseases. Also, sometimes this mind tells you that this is wrong, that is wrong. You go on doing things, for example, Hitler, how he behaved, how he killed so many people, but he never realized he was doing something wrong. Never. Ultimately, he killed himself because he was afraid that he'll be caught, but not that he repented. So they go on doing wrong things all the time without knowing that they are doing wrong things. Now to say this is sin, that is sin, only fills people with fear, that's all, and guilt. But actually, when you become the self, in the light of the self, you know what is right and what is wrong, what should be avoided, what is not beneficial for you. You just know, because you know about yourself. You get the self-knowledge. That is, you can feel your centers as being told to you on your fingertips. This again is said in the Quran, that at the time of Qiyamah, the last judgment, your hands will speak. But whole thing gets perverted sometimes by using it for a wrong purpose. That's how we have destroyed sometimes the real knowledge, the subtle knowledge of our being. It's nothing to stand for hours together on one leg in Himalayas, torturing your body. You don't have to torture your body at all. People think that if you have to perfect yourself, you must torture. This body is the temple. What is the use of building temples after temples when you cannot build your own temple? This body is the temple, and why should you torture this body? You must look after this body. Look after with love, with respect. And then only you will realize how important it is to have a body. All these funny ideas, of renunciation and all false kind of approach is not going to help. My daughter was coming from India. She said there were some queer people traveling with us in first class. So they wouldn't allow the air hostess to come and serve them because they cannot allow an air hostess to talk to them. So I said, did you talk to them? I said, how could I? I am a woman. How would talk to me? Because she's a woman, nobody would talk. Then sat on the ground. There's no ground, but they wouldn't sit on the chair and eat the food. For what? Because they are renouncing everything. I think they have renounced their brains. That's what it is. All kinds of stupid things people do. For what? To achieve that state of tranquility, the state of self-realization, of self-knowledge. But just think of it, which is what has to happen inside. What's the use of doing something outside? Unnecessarily making a mess of yourself and of others. It is absurd the way people try to understand that by troubling your body, by making a mess of your body, making a mess of the whole society, that you can achieve something which is so subtle and beautiful. Now the scientists call This all-pervading power, which I say, of divine love, as cosmic energy, they may call it by any name, but it's nothing solid. It is love. It is love of God. And this divine love of God is an energy that runs the whole universe, universes of universes. Just see the miracle of life. All that is managed by this energy of divine love. But we have never felt it before. So we don't know what it is. But in every scripture it's written that there is the power of divine love. For example, in Sanskrit this is called Paramachaitanya or Brahma Chaitanya. In every scripture it is being described, but for people it's some sort of a unknown thing. But now with science, if it can be proved that the whole universe is made by this energy which thinks, which understands, which loves. For example, the same scientist came to see me to have an interview with me. They are smiling all the time. And he asked me very interesting questions. One of them he asked about a picture he had seen where, here in this hall, they were singing the song, Sitting in the Heart of the Universe. And all over me came heart, 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 heart. Just like a doctor would draw the line of the heart. So many hearts drawn with the rays of light. And he asked, what is this, mother? How do they know that they are singing this song? I said, because I know, so they also know. Precisely how do they do things? Because they know. They know more than anyone can know. Not only that, but the way our genes and all those things are there is a very subtle thing, no doubt, but is all managed by this power of divine love. Please understand, there's nothing to fear, nothing to get upset, nothing to starve, nothing to climb Himalayas, nothing needed. This power loves you. And it is around you. Here it is. It is everywhere. And it pulsates. It vibrates. It creates everything. Also the scientist told me about Einstein, who said that all these ideas come to me not from within but from without, as if somebody is pouring these ideas into me. And he said, I felt the same way, and so many scientists feel that. Surprising, in Russia, the scientists are very open-hearted. And at the time of Stalin, they were all arrested and put in a place called Novosibirsk, where they were living. And there they developed, this subtler side, because they were not allowed very much to do other things. So they developed the subtler side of human beings. And there they found out also about auras. He is one of them. Auras, that human beings have auras, and from the auras you can diagnose their disease. But now, after seeing my photographs and all that, he has reached the proper conclusion, surprisingly, and I hope I'll be saved from all kinds of people who criticize Sahaja Yoga as a cult or this and that. It is not. It's a living process. Whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, anything is meant for you, and it is your right, your birthright to have it. And then after that, once you get the sprouting of the seed, you must allow the seed to grow.